Hey guys, how are you? Vladimir Ribakov here. This video is a weekly performance review of the Forex Triple B week of 2nd to 6th December 2019. What I'll be doing right now is go over the trades we took on the previous week and explain them step by step, including the logic behind them and the technical analysis approach we apply when we trade. As always, we have a very simple way of we pre-analyze the market, choosing the pairs we want to work with or the instruments we want to work with, preparing the directions we are looking to trade, and right after that we are waiting for the signals to come out of the system. If we get them, we validate the trading rules of the system and we trade them. So let's start. Previous week, first of all, was not a good week. A little loss at the end, but it is part of the statistics. And I want you to remember that all we can do as traders is always just follow the rules and work clean. There will be amazing week. There will be weeks that will be a bit worse. It's all part of the game. So the oil was the first trade. And what we had here is a very nice sell, which I want to explain on the 4-hour chart. We can see that we had this massive rally, right, which finished strongly with this divergence and of course the massive divergence on the moving averages. So we expected a correction. We got the first shot down crossing below the moving average. The moving average of the Bollinger started to be negative, and so did the lower time frame. And basically we got a 2 waves correction inside this ongoing 4-hour chart. Very strong bearish momentum. What we were looking to do is to enjoy the ride of the second leg, and this one delivered. Next one was the pound versus the Australian. The technical setup here was one of the strongest, one of my favorites without a doubt. Classical 3 waves down, 3 waves up, bearish slope of the 4-hour chart. Watching on the technical part, technical analysis, what we had at that place was, and I'm watching on a pound dollar, pound Aussie, here we go, was the bearish divergence pressure, false breakout came in place, and convergence. So the idea here was very, very simple. Sell the rallies, we expected to get it down. We were wrong in our analysis because, as you can see, the price is going higher. So the analysis by itself was wrong. But sell the rallies at that moment was the right thing to do, especially when we consider the technical part. As I mentioned before, unfortunately, it ended up with a loss. Technically, it was one of the most reliable patterns. What can we learn from that? How come a reliable pattern ends up with a loss? I want you to remember, guys, we are working here with trading, not predictions, not drawing lines, or whatever it is. Trading means trade facts. Only this way we can improve our stats. Only this way. We never can know if a technical, great-looking setup would end up with a profit or loss or not. What we can do is to stick to our rules, rather than in looking for the holy grail and get paid every single trade. That's trading. Welcome to the real world of trading. And that's what I wanted to show you here. Simply fantastic trading opportunity. Technically sugar, and yet failed. So what? Part of the game. Moving on. Next one, pound franc sell. Based on the same idea, we got here lower highs, lower lows, 2 waves retrace to the upside, and the analysis was pretty much similar. Let me show you. Pound franc, here we are. Okay, the analysis was pretty much similar. False breakout on the top, divergence and convergence in play. But this one, not like the pound Aussie, worked out good and paid. And once again, I repeat, the maximum we can do is to trade technically correct and respect the rules. There will be amazing days, there will be amazing weeks, and there will be the weeks that it simply will not work so good. So what? So what? It's important to understand. It's part of the statistics. Next one, Euro CAD to the buy. We got here a little pullback inside this range, as we can see here. Not moving too much, but and this is important one. Euro CAD here. What did we have here and why this is a fantastic buy opportunity? Take a look on the daily time frame. It's a trending structure without divergences against, meaning we are expecting retraces and continuation. For our chart, we got the retraces and we got a bullish divergence. Can that get better? Yes, we broke the trend line. Can that get better? Yes, we start to recreate higher highs, higher lows. And this is a fantastic opportunity to ride an ongoing trend. Clear daily trend. Amazing 4-hour chart verification. No signs against. And in that case, we turn to be here a loss. Despite the fact it's amazing. So what does that mean then? So where is the logic, right? And once again, as you can see here, this is where we got it. And unfortunately, we got the retrace. We got everything right. The daily trend, done. The 4-hour chart, reversal, divergence and trend and breakout, done. Higher highs, done. But at that moment, well, while there was no yet divergence, then the news from Canada published, and then at the end of the day it ticked a divergence and this trade failed. Can we predict anything like that? Of course not. What can we do in that case? Nothing, because this time it ended up as a loss. The next time it would end up as a big profit. Why do I say that? Why do I show that? So you remember that when you deal with that and you face an amazing technical setup but it fails, it doesn't mean you did anything wrong. The market cares less about the lines as we draw them and our expectations. That's why we must limit our losses, maximize our profits. Remember that. It's very, very important. Next one was the Euro Aussie, which also ended up as a loss. Classical trending pattern. 3 lower highs, 3 lower lows. 2 deep wave retrace. Watching on the 4-hour chart, what we received was first leg, second leg, and the expectation were basically for the continuation. Here we got the continuation, but it was first of all only after spiking above the middle of the Bollinger Bands. And unfortunately, this one, despite being technically amazing again, lost. Euro dollar was a beautiful buy from the bottom of this ranging structure. And here is why I loved to look for the buys here. Euro dollar, here we are. So what did we have here? 2 waves coming from the daily. Each of them has a bullish divergence on the 4-hour chart. Here we gain the momentum again, and here we are building 3 higher highs, 3 higher lows. At that moment, nothing is against us, not the 4-hour, not the daily. The view was bullish for straight continuation, and the decision was very easy here. We are in some ranging conditions, but after 2 waves pull back, risk reward in our favor here, and boom, we got paid. Next one in the same analysis was the New Zealand dollar, where we got a shot to the upside and 2 deep waves to the downside. Beautiful momentum. All that comes in ongoing trend from the higher time frames. Here is our read for our chart. We got out of this range, gaining the momentum, got a shot up, retrace, and that's what we were looking to trade. No signs against us here, as you can see. no divergence or anything to end. So pullbacks and continuation was the plan, and this plan delivers. We received a very good profit here. And the last trade from previous week was another Euro Aussie sell. We spiked, as you remember, spiked above the middle of the Bollingers, retraced down again. We expected continuation. This was our mistake here by my team, and I will explain. Because at that moment, there was a bullish divergence on the 4-hour chart. This trade should not be taken, and yet was taken. It is a mistake, and I always say, if you don't pay attention, you pay money. We did a mistake, we pay money for that. As simple as that. Which can happen to everyone. Myself, my team, and anyone else. It's part of the game. What can we do from that? Learn from that and try to avoid that in the future. As simple as that. The other trades belong to this week, so I would not waste your time on them today. We'll try to cover that for you in the next week. And as you can see, the previous week we finished with a small loss. Part of the game, despite being technical, and it's very, very important to remember there will be amazing weeks and there will be tricky weeks. All we can do is to respect the rules, try to minimize the losses of the bad weeks, try to maximize the profits of the good weeks. You will experience that in anything in your trading. There will be amazing weeks, there will be, like, everything you touch turns to be profit, and there will be terrible weeks that everything you touch turns a loss despite you are doing everything right. Not always the market is moving the way we wish. And in such weeks, when things do not develop the way you want, remember, focus on minimizing your losses. When you are able to minimize your losses, your profits in the good weeks will accumulate. And your total would be much, much bigger than any loss on the way. So that's pretty much it for today. I would like quickly to remind all those of you who own a Forex Triple B copy, join our Forex Triple B Telegram channel. You can find the link to that inside the members area of the Forex Triple B. If you do not have a Forex Triple B copy and you would like to get it, below this video, in the description or in the pinned comment, you would find a direct link to that to get your copy. We have two ways for you. One of them is free, completely free, with the broker's program. So all the information is available for you in the links below the video, in the description or the pinned comment. Meanwhile, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you find it useful, educational and helpful. And I'll see you soon with other videos. Yours, Vladimir Ribakov, Traders Academy Club.